Welcome to a nourishing midweek lunch hour conversation with Spokane's newsmakers, thought leaders, and popular entertainers. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live.
Welcome to Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams here. It's the 21st of February. We have one more Wednesday. Actually, next week is the last day of February. I get a kick out of Facebook when they said, come to my wedding on the 30th of February. Obviously, yeah, I mean, people are having fun with the dates and so forth. Hey, we've got a fun show today and an informative show. The fun part really starts right up front. We've got Kate Hudson from Visit Spokane. Now, she comes in once a month to talk about all the things going on. But this week, she's going to talk about food and drink. Bless her. And then Tamra, am I right? Yep. Close, okay. Tamra Mcgregor from Restaurant Week with the Inlander, and we're going to talk about food, drink, and a great opportunity to sample things. Allison Satin is here from One Stop Media, and Linda Weaver from Jake's Doghouse, next on Spokane Talks Live.
For the Inland Northwest's most comprehensive sports report, think outside the porch with Spokesman.com. For just 99 cents for the first month, you'll enjoy unlimited digital access to the news and sports news that affect you most. From EWU to WSU, from Northwest Preps all the way to the Seahawks, we're the local authority that makes sports in the Inland Northwest different than the rest, better than the rest. On your phone, on your desktop, and on your tablet. Subscribe to the digital experience with Spokesman.com.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
Welcome back, Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams here. I don't know what the temperature is outside. It's labeled as cold, okay? Stay inside. I was telling our guests that I walked down to the Rocket Bakery, which is about 4 blocks from our studio here, and it was darn cold. Thank goodness that the temperature rose about 2 or 3 degrees, and it was a little better. I hope you're having a good day, really are. And we have a fun annual event. I'm not sure, how many years is this?
So this will be our 6th year with Inlander Restaurant Week.
Okay. Let me introduce our guests here. First is Tamra Mcgregor from the Inlander and from Restaurant Week. You spend almost all year working on this, don't you?
I do. And it's, you know, there could be a lot worse things to work on.
I was going to ask, how many times do you go out to sample things? That's part of your job, though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, during Restaurant Week, I will typically hit 8 to 10. It's a 10-night event. I will typically do 8 of the 10, but a lot of sampling happens beforehand too.
Well, that's what I mean. For the last couple of months, absolutely. And Kate Hudson, you see Kate coming in the first Wednesday of every month, and you just had to come back to talk about food, didn't you?
Well, this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm always game to talk about food.
Well, let me ask now. Will you do the 8 to 10? Like Tamra will?
I will probably. I have young children, so I won't get up that high, but I'll get to at least 3.
Okay, all right. We expect in March when you come in, a report on where you went and how many.
And I'll be 10 pounds heavier.
Well,
God bless elastic waistband.
Oh Lord. 6th year. This is the 6th year, and it continues to grow, doesn't it?
It does. This is actually our biggest year ever.
Really?
So we started, Visit Spokane and Inlander partnered together to kind of create this event for our region. And we started with 53 restaurants, and now 6 years later, we've doubled it and then some.
Oh, wow. Now, is it just restaurants, or do you do wine and pub places, or what?
So it's restaurants, but there is really a drink local portion of it.
Okay.
We really believe.
Because we have such a big offering of that in this town.
Oh, we have great wine, spirits, local coffee roasters. And so on all of the Restaurant Week menus, you'll notice that there are drink local options highlighted on the actual menus. So we're really trying to shine a light on those great wineries, distilleries, cideries. I'm a big hard cider fan.
Okay. All right. That's why you were slow getting over here? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And the Inlander has a great location in Kendall Yards overlooking the river, don't you?
Yeah, we don't have to go very far to go to some of those Restaurant Week participants. We've got Wandering Table across the way. Central Food is a Restaurant Week participant. So we've got some great dining options that are just, next door.
Now, what is Visit Spokane's opportunity here and involvement?
Well, we
other than pure
do
sampling and so forth.
Big push to get the community aware of the event. We do coordinate all the media, local media coverage. So you'll be seeing some of the restaurants on the morning shows here on KHQ.
Okay.
On Creme.
Oh, sure.
KXLY.
Mention all the competition.
Also Spokane Talks. But
I want to know where the samples are.
Well, I'm not a great chef, so you don't want samples from me.
Okay.
Tamra.
Well, you brought something even better.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Some giveaways.
Yeah, okay.
It's a chance for some of your viewers to sample and have a nice night out.
When does this start and when does this end?
Starts on Thursday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is Wednesday, isn't it?
I know. I keep forgetting.
And this
Tuesday.
week, Restaurant Week has evolved into more than just 7 days. Yeah.
It's 10 days.
So it goes through the
week.
weekend following, right?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
We like to say it's the 10 most delicious days of the year.
All right. All right. And talk about what the restaurants do for this, because it's quite unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how it works is each restaurant will really carefully, they put a lot of thought into their menus and how they're going to create them. But it's 3 courses for one set price.
Right.
And so as a diner, you get to choose a first course, a second course, a third course.
Right.
And sometimes the restaurants are really creative about how they do that.
Oh.
That it's not always just, starter, entree, dessert. Sometimes you might be drinking your dessert with a martini or...
I was going to say, I always like to have the dessert first. I don't know if that's legal anymore, but
it's always legal.
It was back in my days. Yeah.
I would never judge.
Which means you've done it. and there are 2 prices, right?
Yep. So either $21 or $31.
Okay.
But the one consistent thing is they're both exceptional values.
Okay.
So for the $31, you're dining at places like Wild Sage, Downriver Grill, Beverly's,
Right.
Luna, just exceptional fine dining. And at $21 for 3 courses, again, some great pub food and comfort food and
Right.
Italian food, just really a tremendous value at both price points for diners.
And both of them probably really the price of what you would get maybe just for the entree. Mm-hmm. Really, when it comes down to it. Now you get to sample, and the restaurants get to show off a little bit, don't they, with some creativity? Because we have, I've told the story, and you've probably heard it, I don't know how many times, Kate, that when my wife and I and family came here 41 and a half years ago now, there was Sherry's and Perkins. I mean, and Clinker Daggers, I guess, was here. But the choices we have today, not only downtown, but all over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this covers Coeur d'Alene.
North Idaho, yep.
Yep, okay. And we just have the choices today. And so you can go out for $21 and get some great food, great sample, have some fun. There are even places for families, right? This isn't just necessarily for mom and dad or grandpa and grandma and the older folks, right?
Right. You have places like Tomato Street that are taking part in Restaurant Week, so you can bring the whole family.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity. It's great, too, for tourism. We like to push this as a, come get away to Spokane. Make your reservations ahead of time.
Right.
And I highly recommend making reservations because I know a lot of restaurants have already filled up.
Really?
Yes. Italia Trattoria, they're almost full. So
Wild Sage will fill up rapidly. That really reservations are highly recommended. But what Kate brought up, stay and play packages, I can tell you I'm checking into the Davenport on Friday.
Okay.
And I'm staying through the weekend. But
Does your husband know about this?
It was his birthday present, actually.
Oh, okay. Good.
But, all of the hotels have really put together fabulous stay and play packages.
Okay.
So you can be a local and do that, or Visit Spokane has really done an exceptional job. We've been promoting Restaurant Week in neighboring communities like Missoula and Moses Lake and Tri-Cities. But you can stay at the Coeur d'Alene Resort or the Davenport Hotel, the historic, and there's great packages that include
Good.
dining credits
Okay.
or spa credits. I might have done spa credits.
Yeah.
Priority.
Yeah, and I think even with that and with some of these great restaurants, it's still, if you want to start off earlier in the evening, you can stop by the local winery or the pub house or whatever and make really a night of it and a weekend of it.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. If I was in Kendall Yards, I would stop at Maryhill and do a little wine tasting, and then I'd go to Wandering Table or, head over to Dry Fly. They've got a beautiful tasting room.
Okay.
Again, do a little tasting and
Yeah.
then head out to your dinner or, take in the Titanic exhibit at the MAC and then go try that Titanic-themed dinner at the Davenport.
Now, how long are they doing that? Are they doing it just one night or what? The Titanic? I don't remember. I know they told me. Do you remember?
It's been ongoing,
exhibit.
but it's continuing through the
May.
entirety of Restaurant Week.
And then
okay.
the exhibit
okay.
itself is going.
Exhibit goes through May. Right. But
we-
I just wasn't sure about the dinner thing.
And we do, if you want to make a night of it, we actually put together in the official guide, we put together itineraries like the ultimate girls' night out or girls' day out approach or the dudes'
Is
day
that
out.
sexist or anything?
Or family day
Okay.
out. But on our website, we do have a list of calendar of events of what's happening kind of each night of Restaurant Week. So you
Okay.
can really make a night of it.
The symphony's playing this weekend. There's always something going on.
Yes,
Buddy
and we
Holly
know all
and-
that.
yeah, the
we
Buddy
know
Holly
all that
show.
because you
I
told us a
know.
couple weeks
the
ago.
Symphony will be playing with the On Trio this weekend
Yes.
on Saturday and Sunday.
So now this is the Restaurant Week one.
Yep. So that's the
Okay.
official event guide, and that
Okay.
is landing everywhere where the Inlanders distributed starting today.
Okay.
It'll be on full racks by tomorrow. So
Okay.
1,200 locations throughout the Inland Northwest.
All right, so pick one up tomorrow and have lunch and start figuring out where you're going to take your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend or parents or kids or whatever. Perhaps I was impressed. I went the other day to the website. Beautiful site, well done. And it was your baby too. I didn't find that out until I might not have been quite so complimentary, but no, I'm kidding. But great information, and we forget, at least older guys forget sometimes, that there's so much good information on the web these days. I mean, what's going on in Spokane with Visit Spokane?
All on visitspokane.com. Yep.
This project with Restaurant Week and so forth, and if there are changes and things like that, you update it obviously on the website, which is a little easier than going out and grabbing up all these from homes and redoing it and so forth. Sounds like fun. Now we have a couple of giveaways here. Let's do this. Let's say the third and fifth caller and I'm going to have to remember the number. Somebody tell me the number. 624 2994. 624 2994. What did I say? The third and sixth caller. We've got one for not bad little places. The Luna, perhaps you've heard of that, and Laguna Cafe, both on the South Hill.
Yeah, both delicious.
All right, great. Well, let's hope nobody calls. Oh, did I say that out loud? No, this is great. Thank you for coming. Thanks for doing this because we really have some winning restaurants and food places in Spokane. And to honor them and get them a chance to kind of shine, if you will, and show us what they can do is kind of fun. And it's fun because these restaurants and establishments will be full.
Yep.
And to go out and, some nights when it's cold and stuff, people kind of stay home. This will be 10 days of
Deliciousness.
excitement going on and people that you'll know and meet and everything else that I think is part of Spokane.
Well, and keep in mind, too, if you go and you tweet about it
Yes.
and you do a hashtag IRW Rave Reviews,
Yes.
Inlander Restaurant Week will donate money to Second Harvest Food Bank.
Oh,
So-
Five meals for every IRW Rave Reviews.
okay.
So
all
you're
right.
doing the community a service by
Yeah.
going out during Restaurant Week.
Yeah, I think you had a tweet yesterday that I responded to, too.
Yes.
I expect my winning to win something. I'm giving you a bad time. Ladies, thank you. This is fun. This is exciting. Let's be doing
is.
this every year.
We plan on it.
Maybe twice a year?
There's been talk. There's been some requests.
Yeah. I just wanted to see you melt down. Like, oh my gosh, Kent, this is enough once a year.
There are some cities that do it twice a year.
But we're growing. Maybe that will happen in the next decade, though.
Yeah, it might be on the table.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk with you right after this.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Last year alone, Avista customers saved over 53 million kilowatt hours of energy. Enough to power more than 4,000 homes for an entire year. Way to save, everyone. Way to save. Find your way to save at avistautilities.com.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
Welcome back to Spokane Talks Live. Kent Adams, 21st of, almost said November. Why am I saying November? It's February, right?
Yes.
And we have Allison Satin. Did I say it right?
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All
did.
right. Didn't want to call you Satan.
No, it's happened.
Oh, I'm guessing. We had that debate this morning, and we decided let's go on the safe side, okay?
Yes.
One Stop Media. I'm going to guess that implies that if businesses and others come to you, they've got a one-stop shop.
Yeah, so we predominantly, we started as kind of a full-service marketing company, and over the years, we evolved into a full-blown social media firm.
Okay.
It's just what the people want. Yeah.
That's where things are going today, aren't they? They really are.
Yeah.
Tell me about, when did you start, and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, so we're coming up onto our 5th year, a couple months, and we'll have our big 5-year anniversary in business.
All right.
I actually used to be in the bar and restaurant industry.
Okay.
And I'm a foodie, and that's near and dear to my heart, but I don't ever want to own one.
You're looking forward to restaurant weeks,
I already
aren't you?
have them all mapped out. Yeah.
You really? That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. So, I started thinking I would be more in the restaurant kind of consulting marketing.
Right. Because you knew it.
Yeah, but really everybody needs social media. So I have clients that range from chiropractors to dog groomers to attorneys to real estate agents. It's across the gamut.
Yeah. And honestly, today, everybody needs, if you're in business, everybody needs social media if you want to grow your business or you want people to find out about you.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can spend thousands or millions on other advertising, but if they can't find you on the web or on the Facebook, you don't exist.
Right.
I mean, that's really true, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's great, back in the day, people word of mouth, and they built relationships, and we still do business that way.
Right.
It's just the forum has changed.
Yep.
And social media really allows you to connect and build relationships on a bigger scale.
Right.
And especially if you want to get out of Spokane, or you have business that takes you other places.
Right.
And it just opens up a whole new world of opportunity.
Talk about one of your successes. What have you been able to do with the company, and where are they now?
Yeah, so it's one of my successes that I always like is when I meet the business owner who says, I don't need that.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, you do. And so it kind of becomes like this personal mission where I'm going to show them, that they need that. And so I've had several clients where they started out as, I would call them curmudgeons or Grinches of social media. And by the end of our time
Darn it,
together,
I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I even have kind of a funny 7 personality test that I give people before they become clients so that I can determine what their social media personality is. And then I read it to them, and most of the time they agree with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so my biggest success is being able to take people who are kind of on the end of the scale where they're like, I don't know how this helps my business or how I need it, and be able to show them the potential until that day they call me and they're like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah, because it works.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old enough to kick and scream into the social media stuff, honestly. Didn't want to do it, but that's where we are. I mean, we live stream and we stream on the internet, and if we're not there, people don't know about us.
Yeah.
Folks are watching us right now live streaming on Facebook. I don't know, there might be 20, there might be 2, there might be 50. By the end of the day, there'll be a couple hundred, and within 5 days, there'll be 1,000 to 2,000 people that have seen it.
It's all about the replay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And the good news about that is that if people are going to even watch part of the program, it's because they have an interest.
Sure.
Because let's look at what's happening with the mainstream media, if you will. I don't mean news, but I'm talking about TV and radio.
Yeah.
If we don't like it, we move on.
Yeah, you shut the noise off.
Well, and I mean, one radio station in town, and I like the people there and everything else, brag about 14 in a row in the morning. But what happens after the 14 in a row is 14 commercials in a row. You know, not quite, but it's still. And so what do people do?
Change the station.
Exactly. So with us, and with the social media, people can pick, I don't want to watch that, and move on.
Yeah.
Or they can watch it and get some good information.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a matter of, I've seen them. And just they may not know very much about One Stop Media, but they keep seeing you on the Facebook and things like that.
It's great,
and then,
top of mind.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
And it needs to be part of other things that you do too.
It's just one tool in your marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you really get into the social media stuff?
By total accident. I had a lot of startup companies at a young age, and they all had something in common. They had no marketing budget.
Yeah.
So social media, Facebook became big when I was in college, but people were using it for, to watch cat videos and stalk the boy they liked, right? And so when it started to evolve towards business, I really started to tap into what I considered this free marketing resource. So I really just learned trial by error. And as I opened my marketing company, I thought, I got to be dialed in, and I read and I go to conferences and I watch webinars and I pay for trainings, and I stay just up to date on everything, and it's crazy because now you can go to college and actually get a social media degree.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah, and I actually was really excited because I just got asked to be a professor at the community colleges teaching a course. So I'm in my first quarter. It's totally a new territory for me, but I'm really enjoying the one class that I'm doing.
Well, and it makes you learn more when you're going to teach. I think teaching is one of the best ways to learn things.
It is.
When you have to stand in front of people and talk and answer questions, because you'd better know the answer. And if you don't know the answer, where to get it.
Right.
And that's part of what we need, I think, to teach our young people too.
Well, and I'm excited. I'm used to being kind of a coach, and I do a lot of boot camps with business owners, but this is a whole new forum for me because it's students, and I almost feel like I'm preparing them for the workforce.
Okay.
Because now it's such an important skill that sets you apart from others. Or I have a lot of students in my class who retired or tried to go back to work or got laid off.
Yes.
And they're getting beat out for jobs by these youngsters who have those skills, and so they need them.
But some of these youngsters putting too many personal things on their Facebook.
Well, you gotta have a little etiquette.
And somehow they need to learn some of that.
Yeah.
And we've probably all seen the Facebook things where the student's trying to explain, or the young person being interviewed why you said such and such. It's like, oh, you mean the old guy can actually find me on Facebook?
Right, right. Well, it's funny because so many people think Facebook is young people, but it spans across all generations. Like my mother, she's probably watching this, so she'll be excited. But when I taught her how to use Instagram and Facebook, like it was over. Like I know when she's off work because I get like this onslaught of likes from my mother. So she's an older generation, and so it's neat to see how far it's.
At least you didn't say ancient
No, she'd
generation.
be mad. Yeah, she'd be mad.
Yes. Well, some of us are ancient, but
Yeah.
Fortunately, my business partner was already pretty astute in the social media stuff for his company. He's an attorney. And so when he came on board, it's like, it's yours.
Right.
It's yours. You know how to do this.
Yeah.
I'll go into it and do what I have to, kicking and screaming. And I think that's part of what we all need to do. If you don't like it, maybe somebody in your company who knows how to do it. It might be somebody younger.
Yep.
It might be somebody older who's got the time or whatever. But find people in your organization that want to take that, and it really does make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, when we've had 6,000 views of a program on Facebook,
Yeah,
that's saying
awesome.
something. That's
Absolutely.
better than almost any TV station in
It
town
is.
during the day.
It is,
Okay.
yeah.
And so, let's face it, people are doing that today. And what advice do you have? Like, give one or two pieces of advice for folks,
Sure.
other than calling you to find out and to get some
Right,
help.
right.
And that's a given. But
Yeah.
what advice can people start to do today?
What I find that's most common among business owners who are tapping into that social media world is that they're overwhelmed
Yeah.
because it's so noisy and it's always changing and they really don't know where to start. And so my advice to them would be, if they're calling me, I'm going to set them up with a simple system that's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Get your feet wet. Because
But
you
get
don't-
started.
You don't have to do all the things
Yeah.
at once. And I always tell people it's better to be awesome at one platform than mediocre at
Good point.
several.
Yeah.
So I always do recommend Facebook as a good starting
Yeah.
point because so many businesses use it and it's the most user friendly and it offers all the features that the other ones offer.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm seeing in some cases businesses who they don't have a website, they basically have a Facebook site. Are you seeing that too?
I am.
Is that a good thing to do, do you
I'm
think?
still pro website.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
have a great website and it gets me a lot of business.
Okay.
But I think it's important to work them together.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how can people find you?
Well, they can go to www.onestopmedia.com.
Okay. And is that a one dash?
One dash, yep.
Okay.
Or they can find me online.
Okay.
Allison Satin.
Okay.
I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere.
You
Yeah.
better be found on
Yeah.
Facebook and so forth, right?
Yeah, I'm all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty easy to track down if you need to.
Yeah, well, great. This is good information, and I think it's a lot of our folks that are watching probably dabbling in it, but they know deep down they need to move forward with
Yep.
it. So
Yeah, they got to stop fighting it.
yeah, no, I know. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
coming in
thank you.
today. All
Thanks for
right, and best
having
of
me.
luck.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Jake's Doghouse next.
Last year alone, Avista customers saved over 53 million kilowatt hours of energy. Enough to power more than 4,000 homes for an entire year. Way to save, everyone. Way to save. Find your way to save at avistautilities.com.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To find the right home for you, you'll work with your realtor to compare the properties you're interested in, analyze the market, and figure out a reasonable offer price. And now, here you are, ready to make an offer. Yay, you! Here's how it works. First, you'll complete an offer sheet which your realtor will then present to the owner. Sometimes, a nice note to the owner can help your offer stand out. Butter them up. Tell them how much you love their garden, that it reminds you of gardening with your grandmother as a child. Do not mention you're gonna bulldoze it and put in a pool. The owner may accept the offer, reject it, or counter. It's important to be in close contact with your realtor during the negotiation process so any changes can be reviewed. Your realtor is like your consigliere, and that makes you the Don. Once your offer is finally accepted, there are usually some contingencies that must be met in order to keep the contract alive. Inspections are totally common in real estate transactions. They include termite checks, surveys to determine boundaries, appraisals to determine value for lenders, title reviews, and structural inspections. This stuff is mind-numbingly fascinating. But you know what's even more fascinating? Actually getting your new house.
Welcome back to Spokane Talks Live. Our next segment was to include Jake's doghouse. However, apparently she wasn't able to make it today. Linda will reschedule her, but we've had them on before. Great people. Kind of a very unique service that they have. And I think it's kind of fun to talk about it. It's kind of a misnomer if you think it's just dogs. It's for dogs and cats, which makes my wife very happy. And great information. We'll schedule them for a later time. In the meantime, please stay warm. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on Spokane Talks Live.
Online LLC, which is solely responsible for its content. To recommend a guest or topic, or to see this program again, please visit our website, SpokaneTalksOnline.com. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Join us next Wednesday, noon, for another nourishing conversation on Spokane Talks Live.